What is up, guys? In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I spent $27,000 on PPC to get almost $150,000 back. That's over a 5x return. So every dollar that I spend on PPC, I'm getting $5 back. I'm going to reveal to you guys for the first time ever in this video my secret weapon for selling on Amazon. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so in this video we're going to be literally going through how to create ridiculously successful PPC campaigns, right? The profitable way, the easy way. How we're going to do things is completely brand new for 2019 and none of this I've ever gone over before. The stuff that we're going to show you today that now takes minutes to do, literally used to take weeks if not months to do, and you had to waste a ton of money on PPC. So what we're going to go through today is two things. First, how to find the perfectly optimized keywords for your title, for your backend keywords, for your listing, and then also how to find the most profitable, most amazing PPC campaign words to actually advertise and target for your listing in literally like a few minutes flat. Again, it used to take weeks or months or longer to do this. And you guys can see right here, 27,000 spent with almost 150,000 with it, which is over a 5x return, which is obviously incredible as far as advertising. So the first tool that we're going to use is a tool called Zon Keywords, and we're going to use Keyword X, right? So the problem with all the keyword software out there is most of it's wildly inaccurate. They use databases that are extremely old. A lot of the estimated monthly search volume is very, very inaccurate as well, and a lot of the words that they give you, they're just giving you like 1,000 different words, most of which aren't relevant, right? Keyword X is the only tool that actually comes directly from Amazon. It's actually accurate when it comes to monthly estimated search volume, and they only show you words that have 200 or 50 more monthly searches, so everything that you're actually looking at is actually accurate, right? And it's not going to give you a bunch of words that you're going to waste time and money on creating PPC campaigns and trying to put into your listing. So let's say, for example, that we're trying to sell a product which is binoculars for bird watching, right? And so what I'm going to do is type in binoculars. And Keyword X is going to run, and it's going to do its thing, and then it's going to come up with a bunch of actual accurate results, right? Like you can see it actually working. It's not querying data from a cached database. It's really pulling this stuff directly from Amazon, which is why it takes time to load. So we see here 55,225 estimated monthly Amazon searches. We see a seasonality indicator right here. Obviously, it spikes up for the gift season during December, but we see that it is pretty level throughout the year. We see a word cloud here. The size of the words dictates how often these are searched. Then the Ninja IQ score, it tells us basically from 1 to 100 the relationship between the number of times a keyword is searched for and how many sellers include that keyword in their listing. You want high demand with a low number of sellers, right? So this keyword has a high search volume and a relatively low number of competing sellers. So what we see here is there's a bunch of different results. So when we're trying to actually interpret this stuff and create like the perfectly optimized listing and the perfectly optimized keywords for our listing, what we know about Amazon and how they've changed recently is you only need to have each keyword once in your title, your product description, your bullet points, and your backend keywords, right? So you don't have to have binoculars for bird watching in your title, backend keywords, bullets, and product description. You only have to have it one place, right? The product title is the most important. It gives you the most weight. It actually will give you the highest amount of ranking index when you go to organically search all of your, or organically rank all of your search terms on Amazon. So we want to have the most important, most accurate, highest volume keywords actually in our main title, right? Because that's the most important part, as well as the back-end keywords and the bullets, because those are obviously interpreted by Amazon's automatic, right, their automated PPC system, which sets up your PPC campaigns for you, which we're going to talk about in a few minutes. So if I'm going to go ahead and make a title here, what I'm going to do is I'm literally going to grab like a bunch of these search keywords, and I'm going to type in binoculars for adults, binoculars for bird watching, and we're going to leave out Skyview Ultra HD because that's their brand name. So we're just going to do for bird watching and leave that one. And then we're going to do binoculars for kids, and we already typed binoculars, so we don't need to type for adults, or binoculars again and again. Right, so binocular for adults, bird watching, kids, kids binoculars for bird watching, Vortex, Bushnell, right, these are all brand names. For adults, compact. right? So we already have for adults, but we'll put compact here. What else? Leopold, Zeiss, kid binoculars, small, compact, right? So we already have kids. We could put small. And kids and kid for plural generally works with Amazon, so you don't have to put it multiple times. For hunting with camera, marine, right? So you could say hunting with camera, marine. Travel binoculars, travel, mini, astronomy, waterproof, right? So travel, mini, astronomy, and waterproof. And generally what I'm looking for when I create a title is you want to use about 100 characters, right? So it generally changes depending on the category, and Amazon doesn't actually like reveal exactly what they want. A lot of times they'll say 50 characters, but if you check the popular listings in a particular niche, what you'll see is that most people actually have more than 50 characters. I've found that kind of the sweet spot is to only include exactly 100 characters of ultra applicable words that you only use one time in your particular title, right? So you don't need to say binoculars for adults and then binoculars for kids, because you already have the words binocular for. You don't need them a second time, right? So Amazon wants you to capitalize the beginning of every major word like this. So we're going to count the characters. We have 125 characters here, right? So binoculars for adults, bird watching, kids, compact, small, hunting with camera, marine, travel, mini, astronomy, waterproof, right? So this is literally perfect. And I know it's a little bit over 100. You know, if you want to be exact with 100, then you can cut things down until you hit it or get under it, right? You don't need to use commas either. I just think it like looks aesthetically better to use them. And so if we want to get down to 100, we can do this. If we want to keep it at 125 to test whether or not we can index for all of these, we can keep it at that. So this is the title that we would actually save this under right here in our vital info. And then when we actually go to create our search terms, normally what you want to do is you want to take a look at the highest organically ranking ASINs or products in your particular listing, and then you want to find the most frequently appearing single words that are common between all of the top 4 listings. And so that used to be really difficult to do. You used to have to use all these different ways to do it and things like that. And so I use Zon Keywords X to create my title listings. Super, super simple, super easy, and actually accurate, unlike some of the other services, or pretty much all of the other services out there. So when it comes to actually creating PPC campaigns and finding the perfect backend keywords and finding keywords that you want to put in your bullets and in your product description and things like that, that's where reverse ASIN X comes in. So what I would do is I would go to the normal Amazon search bar and I would search binoculars for bird watching, which is the main word that I want to target if this is my particular product. Obviously this works with any product. And then what I would do is I would skip these ones that are sponsored, right? Sponsored, sponsored, sponsored. You can't really tell whether or not they're actually quality listings that Amazon's organically ranking. We want to like piggyback off of the success of the organically ranking first products, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to skip past all of that. Here's 1, right, because there's no sponsored here. Here's 2. This is Amazon's choice also. 3 and 4. Right, so here's 4 different listings. So what we're going to do is we're going to rip out the ASIN, right? The ASIN is always followed by /DP, right? Detailed page / and then the ASIN right here. We're going to plug in the first ASIN, right? And if you have your own product, then it's best to use your own product right here. But if you're initially doing keyword research, it's best to use whoever appears organically first, right, in the organic rankings, because it's proven if they're organically first ranking, that Amazon favors them and thinks that they're the most optimized listing and favors them with the most index and actual keyword rank. Right, so we're going to put in the number 1 listing here, which is this Goski. We're going to close that out and grab the second ASIN, right? This is the second organic ranking listing. What we're going to do is we're going to put that right here, and then we're going to close this out. We're going to grab the third organic listing. We're going to put that here. We're going to add it. We're going to close this out, and then we're going to put the last one, which is right here. We're going to put this here, add it, and then we're going to analyze. And what this is going to do is it's going to show us every single keyword that we currently rank with, and I like to use the color results. It's just a little bit easier to see, right? So if you entered your product's ASIN first, this would be your products category, or your products column, excuse me, right here. If you're doing initial keyword research for 4 different competitors, then these columns don't like matter as much. But the perfect thing is, guys, we're going to show you exactly how to use these keywords, and this list is the best possible way you can literally do Amazon PPC, creating Amazon PPC campaigns. But really quick, what we're going to do first is we're going to use these individual word frequency count, right? So we're going to export this page, and we're going to open this up. And when we open this up, what we're going to see is these are the highest frequency appearing keywords that are common to all 4 of the highest of the organically highest ranking listings, right? So these are the best listings. So what we're going to do here is we see that the word binoculars appears 134 times, right? There's a lot of different stuff that appears here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through these, and we're going to actually delete the actual brands, right? Like Nikon is obviously a brand. Monocular is probably a brand. Wingspan's a brand. Monarch, iPhone, Bushnell. And the reason that we're deleting these brands is because you want to make sure that you don't include brand names when you're doing your backend keywords or any keywords in your listing, because technically if they have those keywords, their brand names trademarked, then you can actually get in trouble from Amazon, and so it'll just save you time and effort to erase those words. So we're going to take these highest volume keywords, right, that appear a ton of different times, common amongst all listings, and what we're going to do is we're going to plug these back into that same site that we just used, which is letter count. So we're going to plug these in, we're going to delete the spaces, like so. And then once these are all deleted, we're going to count the characters, right? So you have 250 characters, or bytes as Amazon calls it, to actually put inside of your backend keywords, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to grab all of these words and up to 250, and what you're going to do is you're going to plug them directly into your search terms right here. Right, so you have up to 250 bytes, which is what Amazon calls it. The reason that a byte is different than a character is because letters like enye and strange letters, special characters, sometimes count as multiple bytes. So you have 250 characters if you're using normal letters, and spaces count, right? So you want to take advantage of that, and you want to use all of the ones you have. So we used so far 187 characters. So we're going to go back to this list here, and we're going to keep going, right? So Prism is probably one, a brand name. Games is not. Tasco, Nocturna, Nature, Goski, Titan, Birdwatching, Theater, right? So we're going to take these ones. I think Feeders was our last one, right? Yeah. All right, so we put Feeders twice. Small, adult, nature, 12 by 50, bird watching, theaters. All right, so 239, which means we can probably have one more word. So we'll take field. Count characters, 245. And if you want the last 5 characters, you can go ahead and do that, but I don't care that much. So that is how you make perfectly optimized keywords. And I can't even explain to you guys how long this used to freaking take, because it used to take so long trying to get all these. You had to use like 5 different services. None of them were actually meant for it. And now it's done literally in the click of a button, giving you the high frequency word counters. And it's so easy, and it's so ridiculously affordable and so amazing. Zon Keywords is the best service that I've found in a very long time. For ease, and also they're incredibly cheap for what they offer. With a lot of the services that are charging you like $97 a month, $100 a month, you can do more with this one tool, and I think it's only like $19 a month or something like that. It's super, super cheap, very, very cheap. We do have obviously significant discounts inside of the Amazon Ninja X family. If you guys want to take a look, there will be a link in the description. Obviously, we have a ton of more in-depth stuff, like incredible discounts on everything you could possibly imagine when it comes to Amazon. So let's get into the actual PPC, right? So the same table that we just looked at, let's explain what exactly is going on here, right? So if you put your product first in that ASIN list, right? And I'm going to open this up again just so you guys can see kind of like exactly what I mean. So if we open up the reverse ASIN X tool, this first step is enter your ASIN. And ASIN is just if you don't know what it is, it's basically just a unique way to say your product on Amazon, right? But if you don't have a product, you can use the #1 organic ranking. But let's pretend like this is our product, right? So this would be saying, okay, you currently rank first, right? Because you put your ASIN first, and you put your competitors, all 3 of them, next. The people who are ranking the highest organically next. So this would say, okay, you're currently ranking first for binoculars for adults bird watching, birding binoculars for adults, binoculars, vision nocturna, Orfila, Tasco binoculars, bird watching camera, right? First, second, third. All of these are very good, right? So the thing is, a lot of people think, okay, well, if I'm ranking on page 1 for these, why would I want to target these on PPC? The answer is you want to dominate page 1. You want to be seen multiple times. I can't describe to you enough. We've tested this over and over and over again. Even if you're on page 1 in position 1, we still advertise on PPC. Yes, some of the people click our PPC ads, but it cements us, our sales history. It keeps our product, from a longevity perspective on page 1, which in the end is going to be much more profitable than not spending those few extra dollars advertising. Because if your product's seen twice, you're dominating page 1, and that's good, right? So I would literally download this, and I would use every single one of these words. Look at all of these amazing words that they're ranking for. They're ranking for sack bag, which is crazy. They're ranking for tripod weight, tactical binoculars, binoculars for adults, Nikon, small binoculars, all this stuff, right? So this is golden stuff that we could rank for. Another thing that's really cool to use is if you turn this upside down, right? So these are the stuff that we currently rank first for. But if we flip this, now we can see what we don't rank for. And the true golden nuggets that you can find using the reverse ASIN X tool is things that you don't yet rank for, but that your competitors, right? The people who are ranked 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, or the organically highest ranking competitors, you can see what they actually currently rank for that you are not yet ranking for, right? And think about how golden that is. It's actually amazing, because literally what you can do is you can now find these diamond in the rough keywords, these super profitable keywords that everyone else is ranking for, but you're not yet ranking for, which means that the more things that you have your web out, right? The more things you organically rank for, the more free sales you're going to get, which at the end of the day is the most beautiful part of selling on Amazon FBA. So you better believe that everything that my competitors are ranking for, I'm going to be advertising on PPC, every single one of these, right? Like Ultra 10x42 binoculars, game night games for adults. Like, think about how random that is. I would never in a million years create a PPC campaign for game night adults. So you better believe that every single one of these things that my competitors are ranking for, right, that I'm not yet ranked for, I'm going to copy and paste every single one of these, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to create an Amazon phrase match PPC campaign, and I'm going to launch every single one of these. And when I launch PPC campaigns, like all my thousands of students know, what I like to do is I like to launch PPC campaigns that have less than 50 words. And you can tell a lot more about the campaign and the success of the campaign and the impressions to sales ratios and all of the complicated stuff much easier if you have 50 words or less in a campaign versus like 100 or 200. It's very difficult to actually track what exactly is going on. So those are some amazing ways that I like to use on keywords. And then of course, our secret sauce, much of which has allowed me to create, such a wildly profitable, over 5x on my money. Every dollar that I spent, I'm making more than $5 back on Amazon PPC. Much of the reason that I've been able to do that is with the individual word frequency count, right? And how I do this is something that I like to call the low bid campaign strategy. And that is one that we have to keep a secret for now for people who are ready to actually invest in the Amazon Ninja X course. And if you guys are interested in learning more about Zon keywords, and more specifically, if you guys are interested about learning about the best new way to actually launch a product on Amazon, because if you haven't heard, right, Amazon has completely changed. You can no longer rank your product to page 1 with heavily discounted products, right? So all of the services out there that distribute coupon codes for you, none of them work anymore. There's only one way to actually launch your product the correct way to get to page 1, which is the #1 way that you actually can be successful selling on Amazon. So if you want to learn how to actually launch your products correctly and how to do the low keyword bid campaign, then what I want you to do right now is drop a like on this video and also drop a comment down below that says Amazon FBA product research on this video. Drop a like, drop a comment, and if you haven't, guys, make sure that you also tap the little subscribe button, turn on notification bells. I'm trying to put out the best, most up-to-date content for all of you guys. And as always, I want to give a huge shout out to our daily winners, right? We give away cash, thousands of dollars worth of prizes every single day. You can see our winners right here, and I just want to give you guys a huge shout out and congratulations for all of you guys who are watching all of these videos every single day and subscribing to the channel. Much love to all of you guys. So if you guys want to see a follow-up video on this brand new Amazon content, all you have to do is like, tap the little subscribe button, turn on notification bells so that you are the first person to know, and then of course drop a comment down below that says Amazon FBA product research. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching the incredible time-saving, profitable activities of creating the perfectly optimized Amazon FBA keywords and also creating the perfectly optimized, most profitable Amazon PPC campaigns. So as always, guys, happy hustling, and I'll see you on the next one.